Finance Committee meeting for February the 20th. Dr. Jones?
Here.
Counselor Gwaltney? Counselor Allamon? Not here. Counselor Smith? Here. And Counselor Harden.
All right, we have a quorum.
Is Harden here?
So,
No.
thank you. Hello, Mayor.
So we have 3 here.
Good, good. Okay, we'll start at the top.
Do you have a
We're not thinking it's going to be that long of a meeting, but let's go ahead and just jump right in here. 25. Oh, I'm sorry. We have committee meeting minutes from February 6th.
Yeah.
We have a
I would make a
motion
motion to approve minutes and dismiss with reading.
Second.
Okay.
Yes, I'm the only second.
Counselor Smith,
Okay,
second
Harden's here.
by Counselor Gwaltney, and Counselor Harden is here. Any questions, comments? We're just voting on the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed by the same sign. That's 4-0. Passing. Okay. 250417, request for consideration of 18th Street revitalization project. As you heard, Kale is not feeling good today, so I told him to stay away from us and get well. He did forward me just a few updates here that I have. AT&T is now finished with their relocation work on Valley Avenue, so that's good. The new Valley traffic signal is installed, not yet turned on, waiting on AlDOT approval. Not sure when that'll be, but it should be soon. Installing drainage pipe and structure on Valley Avenue this week. Still working on 18th Street Hawk pedestrian signal. Will be a couple more months to finish this, waiting on equipment. Still hopeful the project will be completed and finished in 2 to 3 months. I thought it'd be soon. The project may be left open longer if Birmingham DOT traffic signal change order works out on Valley Avenue. Those are the updates. Are there any questions we need to forward to Kale or to Keith on this? Any questions?
Nothing they can do about that. Equipment is what
All right.
equipment is.
Well, we're gonna. I feel like by having this on the agenda, it's top of mind, and we can hopefully keep the momentum going, and so we're going to keep it on here. So without objection, we'll carry that over.
Walter, one thing on that, just I don't know if it's are y'all aware that around Roby Man and all, where cars are essentially covering a lot of the sidewalk, might be circulation conflict with pedestrians and so on.
Okay.
Sidewalk in front of.
So they're parking cars on the sidewalk. Is that what
It's
you're saying?
not parking, but they're overhanging about 2 feet essentially, or they've got trailer hitches. They're out to the limiting the
People walking along there.
Okay. Can you?
Yeah,
I that to Kale. Thank you. Okay.
He's not been our favorite easiest guy to
No.
handle.
Hey, Dr. Jones, on the next item, I
Well, he's
think
not-
we
he's
emailed
so
you, but you're
busy.
out of town.
But
We
not
sent
the
that
real
one
estate.
back from committee, council, because really it was only sent out to set the bid opening date, so you need to have it back in finance so that y'all can talk
Right.
about it. But we should have worded it differently, so it needs to say bid date set for Delcrest for March 13th. And I think I had left the council meeting last time, and maybe Bo was taking minutes, but it wouldn't, and time wouldn't set, so we said 4:45, because usually we take bids to 4:30.
No, we made it 4:30. We didn't
Moved it to 4:30.
Well, you gonna make it 4:30? Usually they have until.
Because City
Closes
Hall
at
was
4:30.
closed, so we made it for 4:30. That's what we were told in council.
We usually take them till 4:30, so you're gonna have the bid opening at 4:31, or you're
Yeah.
gonna take bids? Are y'all gonna stop taking bids at 3:29, or what?
I mean, I'm fine with,
I mean, they can.
they're due by 4:30, we'll have the bid opening at 4:31.
Okay.
So.
I just didn't want anybody to come at the last minute and say, that's all we usually.
Okay, so let's move on to that item. 120123, request to set bid date for
So is that
March
not a normal
13th,
day where we have committees or anything?
2023. So we need a recommendation back to council, is what you're saying?
Well, why won't we have a council meeting? Are y'all not having a council meeting that night? March
It would
13th?
be a council.
Huh?
It's the second Monday, so it should be council.
Yeah, you talking about City Hall being closed, I was just wondering.
No, we just didn't want the bids to be due at 4:45 and someone walk in at 4:40 and not be able to turn
Yeah,
the bid in because the doors are locked.
Doors are locked.
The door's locked at 4:30.
Yeah, I was just saying, usually they'll say bids are accepted till 4:30 and the bid opening will be at 4:45.
See what happens when you leave the room?
Yeah, I know, we need you.
Everything just falls apart.
Y'all gonna have to learn how to get out without me soon.
Okay.
Children handle it. When
So
you let
that
the
city
kids in,
council
those kind of
meeting,
mistakes.
I was just saying that if you make the opening at 4:30, I'm gonna have somebody walk in and give me a bid at 4:30 and say, will you take it? That's the only thing. We usually at least make the opening at 4:31.
okay. Does this need to go back out to council though?
No, because I think we can
Okay.
just, we can just say what time it
Okay.
is. We can change it. We
Okay.
posted it for 4:45. We talked to Kale, but we can make it 4:31 as the opening.
Okay.
That bids
Well,
are
let's
due
do-
by 4:30.
Make that motion. So-
Well, I mean, if it's already been noticed for 4:45, why don't we just leave it for 4:45?
I agree.
I'm just,
No, that's
What-
fine. Let's just leave it where it is.
We're gonna keep it at 4:45.
Too much discussion about something that's already done.
but well, we had to make an executive decision.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. There you go.
But we will take bids up until 4:30. And
Okay.
at 4:30, they're gonna be
And at
closed.
4, okay, so we're fine. Okay,
Okay.
so we just need to carry this over.
But, and then we should have changed the wording, because it said
Pending
request to set
the
the
bid
date.
opening. And
Yeah.
if we need to have a,
We took it back off council and put it back on yours, because we figured, but maybe
Okay.
we need to leave it back on council, because I didn't know you were having a committee. We thought you would wanna talk about it here first, but,
no.
so I need to send it back out to council, okay? I didn't realize that wasn't a committee date, that was a council date.
That's a council, okay.
Yeah.
We can deal with it on March 6th, so we're gonna carry it over right now.
Okay.
Carry it over.
And then I guess on March 6th, you can send it out without recommendation pending the bid opening. That's why we tried
Yeah.
to get it back to your committee, thinking y'all would talk about it in committee, so that's my fault.
Okay, we're gonna carry that over without objection. New business, 01-02-23, request to authorize the mayor to sign ALDOT resolution for pavement rehabilitation on I-65 from Raleigh Avenue overpass to First Avenue North. This is a huge project that ALDOT is working on.
At some point.
And that's a fancy way of saying they're gonna be repaving, the portion of I-65. There's no money required, these are all federal funds. And I don't know, I asked Cale about timing, and he did not know about timing, but,
It doesn't pick up much of a
we just
role.
need to authorize the mayor to sign the agreement with ALDOT. So, is there a motion for?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay,
Mayor to sign
Counselor
the
Harden
agreement
made
with
the
ALDOT.
motion, and Counselor Gwaltney seconded it. The only quick discussion I'll make is, and I had communicated this with Cale, I'm still frustrated that we have all the lights that are out on I-65. And we have communicated with ALDOT, I know we have really tried, but the lights are still not on. They're on at the intersection.
Yeah,
at-
we met with them last week, so.
Okay, do you have a wonderful report, or are we just gonna be going in circles?
They are still waiting for some okays from Alabama.
For a light to work.
So, I think it's more or less who's gonna, there's some issues,
Repair it.
as we've stated, with the underground wiring, and I think it's a
Okay.
discussion of who's gonna be responsible for that part.
Okay, we'll tackle that.
So we did meet last
On
week.
another night, thank you, Berkeley, for that. Okay, so we have a motion and a second to authorize the mayor. Any other questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by the same sign. 4-0, that passes.
I'm sorry, I was talking about the next one to Robert, I was skipping ahead. Who made the first and second?
John Harden and Andy Gwaltney voting
Harden,
for
Gwaltney, okay.
Okay, 02-23, request to consider renewal of the River Tree contract for purpose of conducting sales tax and business license audits.
I did wanna say too that, Jim Thomas passed away. He was, I think, the founder or one of the partners, but his son Jay is now taking it over.
Oh, gosh.
His, I don't know if y'all knew John, it was John Thomas, right? Jim Thomas.
Jim Thomas.
Yeah, 'cause we dealt with him for many, many years, but, he kinda passed away unexpectedly. And then
Okay.
his son Jay came over to drop off the contract, and he's taking over the business. He already worked there with him as well, but I don't know if y'all knew him.
Okay, do you wanna, Robert, do you have a report for us on that?
Yes, sir, they're, basically they do audits, of businesses located in Homewood or that deliver into Homewood. Last fiscal year, they provided us with, additional sales tax revenue of $552,835.21. They also, collected business license revenue for us. I don't have that breakdown completely done yet. It's a,
We can
that's
get
a,
that to you tomorrow.
that's a
but-
transaction that's done through journal entry, but they,
Counselor Allemang's here.
okay. But they charge on an hourly basis. They don't charge a commission. They're not allowed to by state law, but they've been, this is money that we would have never, that the city, I don't think, would have ever, been privy to collect without them out conducting, private audits for us.
And how much is the contract for? You
It's,
sent
the contract is based on a
Number of,
It's an hourly rate.
An hourly
Okay.
rate.
Okay.
It's
They're
an
not allowed
hourly-
to
Tell
get
us
commission on
what they,
find.
what we paid them last year.
I can tell you approximately what we pay them. The way that it breaks down is on, the hours that they spend. Of course, we've gotten large contracts,
$75 per hour.
They didn't
Yeah,
go
it's-
up. That
it-
thing's been stable for
it-
the last.
Again,
I know what
I
are we
didn't get the
paying?
fee, but we paid them approximately about, it works out to about 30%, so we paid them approximately about $150,000 of what they collected, of the $550,000 that they collected for us.
That means they put 2,000 hours in.
Yeah, there's some contracts that, I know, for example, there was one that we recently received a very large settlement of almost $70,000. They had over 200 hours in the audit, but they paid us $70,000.
But there are some times, which a couple of them we're working on, where they've worked on it and we haven't been able to collect yet, so we have to pursue other avenues, but we still have to pay them. So we can't pay them whether they collect or not, because that's against the taxpayer.
And
And
so,
the last one, the last time there was a conflict was, the over on Green Springs, the recreational place, it's not a trampoline, it's,
Urban Air.
what, Air?
Yeah, Urban Air.
Urban Air.
Urban Air.
Yeah.
The state did an audit on Urban Air. They were working on an audit at Urban Air at the same time, so I had to tell River Tree to not do the audit, but they still billed us for the hours they had put into it, so.
River Tree and that,
okay.
in the general
And
fund.
did Revenue
Yes.
Discount Systems give you a bid? This time they did in the past, I
Ought to
think.
be in there.
RDS, no,
RDS.
no, you talking about, no, Avenue?
Avenue's doing another.
Oh, is that a new
they're doing
name for 'em? They used to call it
yes,
Yeah,
RDS and
Avenue is,
Avenue.
they're doing a.
Business license
a
project for us.
out of the city limits of Homewood, business license and sales tax. They're doing people that come into the city to do business, that actually deliver into the city.
So that's more what they do versus.
Well, no, that's just what our contract specified with them.
Like
So-
River Tree, that collect, even people that use, like Vestavia uses RDS for other services, but they still are auditors for Vestavia, because if they go out and audit and find a place that delivers in multi-cities, they have a contract, they can go ahead and pay, and that audit and assess to all the cities that they owe money to, like delivery license and that kind of thing. So most of the time, cities don't just use one company in that, they use several. Plus, we have an internal person like Vestavia had too, Bo, which is collect, so, because they, when they go in to do an audit, like I said, a lot of times for delivery license and stuff, there's gonna be multi-cities, Vestavia, us and all, that are gonna have money that they find from it. So, I know Vestavia uses them but yeah, it used to be Alitax, then it was RDS,
Yeah.
and now it's Avenue.
Okay.
All right, so.
What we budget is just kind of, cause we don't know what they're gonna find every
Yeah,
year,
it's-
but what they.
It's a guesstimate of.
It's a
Yeah, just
guesstimate
based on
on what they're gonna
historical
be, not what they
numbers.
find, but what they
What
they
they've
So I'm
bill.
just gonna spend, yeah.
We budgeted, $64,000.
And
We're
we
getting
spent
532.
150.
552.
It's our
No,
revenue
but we
collection
spent-
service.
But we
We
spent
yeah,
more
we
than
spent-
64.
We spent approximately, I didn't get the exact number, I didn't get the breakdown, it's about $150,000, and I'm basing that just on the fact that we pay them about 30% of what they collect for us.
Okay.
All right, so I would make a motion for approval based on what the report that you guys have provided.
Okay, yeah, they've done.
Second.
Okay, moved by Counselor Gwaltney, second by Counselor Smith. And this would be, to authorize the mayor, I guess, to sign the contract. Yeah, okay. Any other questions, comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by the same sign. That's
For
now 5-0. All right. 030223, request for consideration of contractual services to fulfill arborist services. The recommendation from Cale Smith is to authorize the mayor to sign a contract with Holcomb Norton Partners. They're known as HNP. And there would be no additional money. It would just be to have the mayor sign a contract with them. So that's the report. and I'll try to answer any questions, even though Gail's not here.
Is it the same hourly rate as the
Yeah.
other person?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yep, same pricing structure.
All right, I'd make a motion.
And this would be a,
Sorry.
you know, a group of arborists that would build it. That was
All right,
moved by
I'll
Mrs.
make a
Smith.
motion. Signing the contract.
I don't think any of them are arborists,
Is there,
just as far as I, so.
is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Counselor
Landscape
Allen.
architects.
Is it Allemont or Cross?
It was either one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Who you have?
Carlos,
Allemont?
as the second.
Carlos?
Okay. Any questions on that? And Mr. Kendrick's not here.
Now, I have to make sure, he was trying. he
Oh,
was
that's
trying
right,
to-
okay, he has, I think he has the agreement, so.
I think he sent out all the resolutions, I heard he's, I think we're
Yeah,
trying
he
to
did.
do, because he's gonna be out tonight, yeah.
That's right, okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, any other questions on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by the same sign, that's 5-0, that passes. Last item, 040223, request to amend library capital fund budget. Judith Wright is here, and let me pass these out.
Here's the account number too, it's gonna be 1219-589-150.
One for everybody, I think.
I got your book, cheat sheet, building improvements.
589150?
Yeah, 1219-589-150.
Yeah, that's on this sheet here.
Okay, sorry.
So we need to get you one of those if you need it. Would you like to give us, I know that you don't like having things come over bid, we don't either. So I know you're coming to us very sad, but do you want to provide us an overview of kind of what happened here?
Sure. So this is year 2 of the renovations. Last year was our first part where we updated the paint and carpet in the adult and teen section and some in the large auditorium. And these areas that we're updating have not been touched since 1996. So there's a lot of problems. When we first started the year 1 phase, we thought what we budgeted would cover every aspect, and we're realizing that's a 4 to 5 year plan now. So this is year 2. We did the bids on February 2nd, and the lowest bid was $115,000 over our budgeted contractor amount. We've worked with BuildPoint to take out a lot of the scope. I've given you what the original scope was and what the redefined is. And on the back, you can see pictures of the areas that are up for renovation. So we would need $65,000 more to proceed with the project, and that includes BuildPoint's lowered amount and a little bit more money for contingency. Our plumbing in the restrooms is continually getting worse, so we've asked for more contingency in there.
Okay, so your request is for $74,050
65, that number right there. So it-
plus the $9,050. Is that what I'm
No,
reading?
it's 65,000 total.
Oh, 60.
It looks like that's what,
Oh,
that's how it
says
reads,
plus.
but yeah.
It says
yeah,
plus.
yeah.
Okay, so
The-
65.
So the 9,000 is in the 65,000, gotcha.
Okay, understand. Okay, so 65,000. So the motion would be to amend the capital projects budget, the 1219-589-150, and this would, about 65,000 coming out of carryover fund balance.
Mr. Chair, I did have one question. So of the items that Blue Point VE'd, can you give us a little summary of what those were?
Yeah, so, in the original scope, we had wanted to do renovations for the restrooms when you first walk in. Those are our only ADA compliant restrooms on the main level. You can see pictures on the back, there's broken tile on them, there's standing water, it's pretty bad in there. Other areas were the lobby where it's original carpet from 1996, same thing with textured wallpaper, which is peeling off, there's stains on the carpet. We also wanted to do a renovation of our large auditorium kitchen. That large auditorium is rented out. We have broken tile in there, the cabinets are pretty much destroyed, from just years of wear and tear. But we took that out of the scope to meet their lower price.
So maybe come back for it next year?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because it needs it.
Yes.
So you're
well,
saying
I
the
got
kitchen
one.
in the large auditorium is not
Yes.
being done?
No, it is not.
Not this year.
So I think, Judith, through talking, she's been really thoughtful about what's
Oh,
been forward
yeah.
this year and just being strategic and about how to do this sustainably. So I appreciate all those efforts. So I'd like to make a motion to approve. Okay.
I will second.
Okay, good deal.
We'll take the additional cost out of our
Seconded by
carryover fund.
Counselor Smith.
Yeah. I think it'll come out of carryover fund balance.
Carryover fund balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carryover fund balance.
All right, any other questions on that? Any comments? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed by the same sign. That passes 5-0.
Hey, we didn't even talk about one thing, if we could, that we didn't get out on your agenda, but we may need to deal with on the floor. Is that what you were gonna talk about, Berkeley's insurance?
Sorry, I meant to tell you about this one. Berkeley, do you wanna talk about your budget amendment that?
Oh, yes. If
So
you got
this is
it.
not on the agenda right now?
I have what you sent me, but I didn't send it to him, cause I didn't know we were gonna do
Budget
that.
amendment
Yeah.
that will likely be coming up at the next meeting on other new business, so if, with your indulgence, Mr. Jones.
Did you ask for-
I
Sure.
wanna see if he could speak to it in committee, even though it's not on the agenda right now.
No, he.
And here's
he can't.
the account number, that you can, we're
It's-
gonna leave that in there.
When the freeze came, Public Works, our pipes busted and
Sorry. I didn't mean to-
ruined the whole backside of the building, so they've just about, they'll be through Thursday with everything that had to be redone, all the flooring, walls, drying out, painting. We did have two of the roofs that it blew some of the metal holes in the sheet metal that we had to have replaced. So I'm just trying to get it, I didn't realize they were gonna get through as quick as they did. Because at first we were, again, waiting on supplies to come in, but they did come in actually on time. Actually, we got some ahead of what we thought. So it's just addressing that. We've gotten one insurance check back. We're still waiting on the other because it ruined all the furniture in the back part of the building.
Wow.
So we're waiting on that to come from Travelers, but I wanted to try to get this on there so we can go ahead and get it paid, because they will be done by the end of the week, this week. So that's what it is.
Okay.
Berkeley, is that the building that's combined with the ball courts?
No, this is Public
This is the
Works.
other building.
Yeah, the only thing we had over at, we fixed all the stuff in-house over at Patriot Pool.
Oh,
It
some
just
stuff
had the
happened
one-
there too?
Yeah, we had the one pipe, the fire line there busted.
Okay.
This was our main water line running into the building at Public Works.
Yeah.
And also, it was the main one there. So that's what it is, so. I just wanted to, I had asked Alex, I didn't mean to get way out of order on it, but it was something that I wanted to try to get done, because we had two contractors that come in and perform some work, and the latter one will be through this week.
When Robert and I send you out, or Robert sends you out the amount, don't freak out, because, we put the gross amount in that we have to write a check for, but then there's gonna be insurance money on the
proceeds.
Yeah,
revenue side.
it's $120,000, but I don't know that it's gonna be that much, but I've not gotten a bill from the DEC company that came in,
Okay.
took out the drywall and dried out and all. I mean, we were one of like, I think 140 buildings they were working on, and the lady told me the other day that it'd probably be end of March, 1st of April before she could get a bill to us. So I just guesstimated based upon what the Travelers insurance guy estimated, which was about 20 grand. So I used that number, but it should come in less than that, because
So, can we have a resolution ready for Monday?
I was gonna do
Okay.
one, I'm sure.
It's
So
probably in
we'll
that
add
list
this,
of
other new
stuff.
business.
Mr. Kinder didn't know about it, but I usually do the budget amendments anyway, so I can just do one and let him know, copy
But
it.
we don't wanna make it easy on us, just.
I like to, Chris. It makes it
Yeah, we'll put it back.
I mean, it's easy on you. and-
You're right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll just, like I said, I just wanted to make sure y'all didn't have any questions about it, but otherwise,
Thank y'all.
I'll add it to other new business for Monday.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't believe we have anything else, so with that, we're adjourned.